Welcome back. Still tuned into Halftime Report. Well, the big story has been that the government has postponed the implementation of the new tax collected at source under the liberalised remittance scheme to the 1st of October from the 1st of July. Earlier, the Finance Ministry has also said that there will be no change in the tax collected at source for payments up to 7 lakh rupees, while in an important clarification, it also says that overseas credit card transactions won't be counted under the LRS and hence will not be subject to TCS. Let's discuss this with Mr. Mahesh Iyer, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of Thomas Cook India, who's joining us now, and we'll discuss some business prospects as well. Mr. Iyer, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, first the question, when this was earlier announced, you had indicated in the very shortest possible time there will be some impact. Did you see that? And now with this getting extended, do you think this will come as a relief and could be a selling point going forward?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on the show. To begin with, yes, this has come as a huge relief for us as a company and for the industry as a whole. I think it's a very welcome measure. To talk about the impact per se, I think we had a positive impact in the current quarter because there was a lot of ambiguity around how this is going to impact from 1st of July. A lot of people actually preponed their holidays, both on the long haul and the short haul side, and we actually saw a lot of buoyancy coming on travel as a result of that. Now that we have a clarification saying that this is now postponed till 1st of October and there is a limit of 7 lakhs that's available, I think it's a safe bet. None of the travel that happens specifically on the segment that we are referring to is about 7 lakh rupees per individual. So clearly, I don't think there's going to be any impact per se at all. I think the one thing that still remains to be clarified is with regards to usage of credit card, which currently has been kept outside the ambit of LRS. I think that still leaves a level playing field open, and I think at some point in time the government will revisit the same. But having said so, I think this announcement that has come is a very welcome measure for the industry as a whole.
So if the credit card thing happens, will that be a positive for you or the negative for you? Because you do have financial services business where you have...
Mangalam, it will actually be a very positive for us, purely because of the fact that at this point in time, if there are overseas agents who are operating and customers are paying through international credit card, that's completely outside the ambit of LRS, over and above the limit of 7 lakhs, whereas you will end up paying either 5 or 20% post 1st of October. So clearly, to that extent, making a level playing field for Indian domestic companies will be a great thing to do by bringing the credit card also under the same level.
All right. You said that, none of the travel that in the segments that you operate in crosses 7 lakh rupees per individual. Just wanted to understand, in your travel business itself, what is the split? How much is education? How much of that is group/corporate? How much of that is vacation? And how much of that is medical? Because there are differing rates for, travel expense made on both education loans, as well as medical too.
So, Mangalam, let me try and split that into two parts. One, talking about travel, the other part being about foreign exchange, because LRS is more about the foreign exchange side of it. Talking about travel, I think largely on the group travel side of it, on average ticket size is between 250,000 rupees to about 350,000 rupees per individual. So clearly, I think over there, we don't see any change happening. With this clarification that has come from the government, it used to be 5% before, continues to be 5% up to the limit of 7 lakh rupees. So clearly, I think there's no change that's going to happen. That's about 40-45% of our business, which is group travel. Then comes what we call as individual travels, FIT. Over there, these are high-ticket items where there are VIP customers, CIP customers who need specialized curated packages for themselves, where the package size can range anywhere between 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Over there, to the extent that it's going to cross the limit of 7 lakhs, they will have to pay the incremental charge of 20%. But that's about 5% of the universe that we're looking at. If I come back to LRS per se, and that's where the impact of study, which is education or medical, comes in. Medical is a small segment of our business. We are not a large player in that place at all. But as far as education is concerned, I think we are about 8 to 10% of the market at this point in time. The market is about $3.5 billion. And clearly, over there, this clarification that has come from the government is very welcome. Not that it did change in the past also, but clearly now there is ample clarity in terms of how we have to tackle this. I think one piece which we are waiting to get further clarification from the FAQ that's going to come is with regards to treatment of living expenses for students. And I think that's going to be coming as a part of the FAQ as we read from the government directive that has come. So clearly, I think from a business point of view, nothing changes.
Yes, that has been something. There has been a lot of confusion around the living expenses bit as well. So that will be an important key factor to watch. But let's talk business now, since this is something which has come as a relief for you. What is the outlook on forward bookings? What are the trends looking like? Q4 did see an improvement, a massive improvement, so to say. What is the margin picture looking like? What are the sustainable margin numbers that you're looking at?
I'm sorry, I missed you. I think the voice has gone off. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So coming back to the trends part of it, I think quickly, we did, as I mentioned, we saw a blip in our demand purely because of the impact of TCS that was likely to kick in from 1st of July. So that was a very positive trend. And as we declare our results a few days from now, you will get a sense of that. But as far as forward bookings are concerned, we now expect people to come back. A lot of people who are holding back to get some clarity on how TCS is going to impact and what kind of budgets they need to put out for their travel. I think now that clarity is there. So we expect Q2 and Q3 to actually start ramping up, because people who are holding back on the decisions. A lot of people make their travel plan around holidays, which is the Puja holidays, Diwali holidays. So we believe that a lot of that demand will start coming back very soon.
All right. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll discuss the business in detail later. But for now, the LRS was an important one. Mahesh, thank you for clarifying on that. What we'll do is take a short break, come back, focus on the renewable hydrogen landscape in India. Stay tuned.